Yeah, I'm back, straight fat, in my bag, straight fat, came to bring the hits, nigga, straight fat, tryna hit the fours list, straight fat, yeah, I'm back, straight fat, in my bag, straight fat, came to bring the hits, nigga, straight fat, tryna hit the fours list, straight facts, back in the kitchen.
All right. Back with another episode of Flagrant Two with X and Lou. If you haven't done so already, please go like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be tuned into our newest episodes. We're a week away from the finals?
June 6th. Yes.
A week away. What's that? June 6th is what, a Wednesday? Tuesday.
I think Thursday.
It's a Thursday? It's a Thursday.
Yes, sir. Look at you. Come on, you gotta be up on game.
I just know what Saturday is.
Okay.
My birthday. Man. Tough crowd. Anyways. Let me get everything pulled up, man. Are we really gonna discuss this?
Discuss what?
The ass beating that the Pacers got.
Oh, I mean, that's what we gotta talk about it. But first things first. R.P. Bill Walton, man. A long fight with cancer.
Yeah, shout out UCLA alum Bill Walton. He was a dope dude, man. He's a two-time champion. Two-time champion. UCAA alum. Yeah, man. He was a goat at broadcasting too.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but cancer is tough.
Prayers go up to the Walton family. May Bill rest in peace. Lost a good one, man. And bump cancer, man. Bump cancer.
Yeah.
I want to say a whole lot of other stuff, but we don't keep it PG.
Yeah.
I was really, really trying to keep it PG. No, let me stop. Yeah. Anyways, speaking of PG, Halliburton goes down. Pacers went down with him. You know what's crazy?
Sorry.
The first and the last game, they had that in the bag. First game, they blew it. The last game, they was up like 20, blew it. Crazy. And then for everybody was saying that Pacers deserve to knock the Knicks out, the healthier team wins. I mean, it's true. The healthier team does win. Unfortunately, the Knicks wasn't healthy. Unfortunately, the Bucks wasn't healthy. It just is what it is. Pacers got to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, and I always find it strange, because Halliburton says that after they lose.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't hear him saying that after they won.
Yeah.
Like Halliburton, I like Halliburton, but Halliburton be doing stuff that I'm just like, like that hoodie incident. Like I wrote on Facebook, I would have respected it more if you would have came in the pregame with the hoodie on.
Yeah, if you would have wore a pregame.
You had that packed up in your bag just in case you won. If y'all would have lost, that would have never been seen.
It would have never been seen. Nah.
But you ain't want to get trolled.
Yep.
If y'all would have lost, you would have had that on early. Like it's a classist move. If you're trying to, you know what I mean? If you're trying to be disrespectful and you're trying to be that guy, be it full force. Don't just be it halfway and wear it after the fact. No, you got to wear it before the fact and then follow through with your promise.
Facts. You got to wear everything.
I don't respect it. I don't respect it because now he's the healthy team wins. You got your head down, the healthier team just wins. Yeah. Guess who was the healthier team last series? The Indiana Pacers.
Both series.
First
round and second round.
all I'm trying to say is keep the same energy.
Yeah, facts.
Start it from the beginning to the end. But this
I ain't
series
like that energy.
is what it is.
I ain't
Nah,
like
yeah. Nah.
I ain't like the energy. But what's crazy to me is that if you're gonna talk, like to kind of piggyback on your point, if you're gonna talk, you gotta talk. And you gotta walk the talk. Like don't do it after the fact. You know what I'm saying? That's like getting into a boxing match and complimenting your fighter, but then after the fact, you're like, I knew I was gonna knock him out. I was gonna knock him out. Like, come on, man. Look at me. Look at him. I wasn't gonna knock him out. Like, come on, bro. If you believe you're gonna knock him out, you gotta say it before the fight. You can't say it after the fight. It don't matter after the fight.
Not at all.
So yeah, I'm not really feeling that. I feel like any of these rounds, it is true that the healthier team wins, but you beat two decimated teams. One decimated team took you 7 games. So imagine if they was healthy. Like that's the thing that really plays in the back of my mind. A healthy Bucks probably would have eked out, got to the second round. A healthy Knicks, if you could take a decimated Knicks team 7 games, a healthy Knicks team is probably gonna sweep you too.
Yeah.
Like just going off of what we see. Because a healthy and Boston's not even healthy. Like, let's keep everything in perspective. Boston is not even at full strength. They don't have Porzingis. They don't have what's his face? The other guy coming off the bench. Forget his name. Either way, they don't have him either. But their biggest piece that they're missing is Porzingis. Porzingis had
the big man, Xavier Tillman.
Yeah, Tillman. So they're not at full strength either, but their stars are at full strength. And that's the craziest thing. If you're going to talk like, oh, the healthier team wins. No, the healthier stars win. Who's the healthier stars? Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. The healthier stars. What stars are on the Pacers? Halliburton is not a star yet. He's an ascending, rising.
Yeah,
he's not a star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's rising, but he's not a star yet. So it's tough. It's tough. And what I will say is, good for Indiana. I'm glad they got swept.
So we talking about the Indiana. What about the Celtics? How are you feeling about the Celtics?
Celtics still scare me. They still scare me. Their signature win came on the back of Jaylen Brown. And rightfully so, Jaylen Brown deserved the Eastern Conference Finals MVP because he was the better of the stars. Jason Tatum still hasn't proven to me, one, that he's a bona fide superstar. I'm not going to call him a superstar. I don't care what anybody labels him as. He is not a superstar. You can't be a superstar and let your counterpart do all of the clutch stuff. It's just that's like Jordan saying, yo, Kerr, hit this. I need you to be the clutch man in the last 2 minutes. Like, no, bro, you can't do that. You can't do that.
I mean,
I understand.
I'm with you on that.
Because Jaylen Brown, it would be considered a superstar as well. But who do they bank? Who do they have as the face? They don't have Jaylen Brown as the face. Jaylen Brown is rightfully should be a superstar, and he should be a face it should be 1A, 1B. That's not how the league views it, and that's not how, I'm pretty sure it's not how the front office of the Celtics view it, going off of pay structures.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, the only reason the pay structures is different between those two is the year they was drafted. Because they were both drafted number 3. So 1 year gets, it just goes up a little higher than the next year. And then it's just like, honestly, you could sit there and say, I know as everybody don't feel like it is 1A, 1B between them two, but I think the organization, and then I know them two, between them two, they
No,
feel
between them
1A,
two,
1B.
they feel that they're 1A
Absolutely.
and 1B.
So
Yes,
I'm
I
like,
agree.
I understand the angle you're coming at with the superstar thing. Like, yo, you should be the guy doing that. But the fact that Jason Tatum is comfortable with that because he feels like, yo, Brown, you're where we're at, where we need you at. And it's like, yo, if they got one of their tougher defenders on me and you got the matchup and I ain't, yo, do your thing, cook. Let's win this. Like, that's all it's about, winning at the end of the day.
Not I completely agree. Winning is the object.
And it's tough because it's like, yo, Tatum went from, yo, who said I was a superstar to actually saying he was a star. You know what I mean? He was a superstar. He's that role. So you have to back that up and really do what we expect from you. But the thing about it is he's playing his own superstar role as far as he's still doing all the little things, everything you need from a person. But what we expect from him is to go out there and drop a efficient 30 points and make it a dominant 30 points where it's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like the fact that you have somebody who can get 30 points as well.
Mm-hmm.
It takes away that it also adds to the team factor of it, if you know what I'm saying.
I get it, but I think it's all right. So if you're a superstar, my thing is that as a superstar, your job is to step up in the spots where your team needs you the most. And I have not seen it from him. His duration
but
in the
that's
NBA.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm with you on that because, like, how I feel like, yo, he's doing all the little things, but the thing that Tatum we need from you and we look at you as is the guy who go ahead and get a bucket, gets a basket. That's what we need from you. Last 2 minutes, you're the guy with the ball making clutch shots and handling the rock and making it that situation where it's like, yo, we can't deny that you are, you know what I mean, on that Luka level.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do that. But the thing about it is, like you said, yeah, but what you said is the same thing as like, yo, when you need him to do what he has to do, he does all the things that he needs to help his team win.
Right.
So it's like it's tough, but it's like that traditional superstar that we look at is like, yo, do it. And he's not doing it. But he has a Jaylen Brown who's actually helping do it as well at times.
I think what's maddening to me is the fact that he settles a lot. He's settling for the three. He doesn't get downhill.
Mm-hmm.
He has a favorable matchup and he doesn't take the mid range, or he takes a tougher mid range than it should be. It's there's a lot of different things that it's not. It's bigger than just I want him to go out here and drop a dominant 30. Yes, he does all the intangibles that you do ask for on the defensive end, offensively within the system. But when it comes to tight games, I feel like Jaylen Brown doesn't settle for his shots. He's going, he's trying to create contact. He's trying to draw the foul. He's trying to get to the line. That's what you're supposed to do. Be aggressive, get to the line, or at least give yourself a chance and an opportunity to get second chance points. Jaylen Brown does a lot of that. Tatum settles a lot. A lot of the times if they're down, he settles the hit in 3-point shots instead of taking what the defense is giving you, going onto the block, getting a favorable matchup off a switch, taking a smaller defender into the paint with you and rising up above them and shooting the mid range. He doesn't do those little things, and that to me is why I'm saying that he's not fully a superstar to me. He may fit the superstar billing as the media wants to label him as, but right now, as of we're talking, I'm labeling Jaylen Brown as a superstar. Jaylen Brown is the superstar. Jason Tatum is the supporting star. That's the way I'm labeling it right now until Jason Tatum shows me otherwise. Now, I see that face and I get where your thinking will come from, but what has Jason Tatum showed me otherwise? That Jaylen Brown has solidified and shown me more. That's the only thing. I like the intangibles. I like the small things. Those things work. They're winning basketball. But it's not just about the winning basketball aspect, because the same thing that you're doing winning basketball wise is also hurting you, and it cripples you in losing basketball. Settling for the three instead of getting to a favorable spot, using the matchup to your advantage, using your body and your height to your advantage. Stop settling for the three. That's my only. I think that's my biggest gripe with Tatum, the settling for the three and not going downhill and attacking his matchup. Jaylen Brown does that.
No, I'm absolutely with you on that. And you know, it's tough, bro. Because those like Heike and those is my guys. I like, you know, I get you. It's always F Celtics.
Nah, yeah, it's always. But the players,
but you know, JB and JT, yeah, you know, I always root for them. Yeah. And it's just like I'm completely with you on that. I still wouldn't put like, you know, JB over JT as far as like they right there with each other. That's the thing. They're so close to each other that it's tough that JT gets more of the hype than JB. Yeah. And it's crazy because it's just like, even when he won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, he's like, oh, I never win anything. I never get anything. And it's like, yo, he plays fantastic. Like, we always think of the bad times like last year in the finals. But it's just like last year in the finals, he had to overextend himself because Jason Tatum got hurt and Jason Tatum wasn't playing too well. Like, it is what it is. So it's like we think of the bad instead of the good, and JB is fantastic. He definitely is a superstar in his own right, and he's gonna have to be the showstopper in this next series, because I think they're gonna throw the house at JT, and you know he's gonna settle too much, and you gotta get these guys in foul trouble. But it's gonna be tough because you got Daniel Gafford and Lavely in the paint, so it's like it's tough.
It's tough.
We thinking ahead, man. They disrespecting the Bulls, but they disrespected themselves.
They did. This is the first game they actually showed up. I don't think they showed up all series until game is on the line. Their series is on the line. Their lives are on the line.
Mm-hmm.
What I will say is that I'm happy that Cat wasn't settling for threes. He got his confidence up by taking the mid ranges, taking what the defense was getting him, getting to the rim, and then stepping out once he got into a good rhythm to hit those threes. I think he was like 5 for 5 from three, and all of those threes came in the third and fourth quarter. And I also like the fact that we're finally seeing Edwards take advantage of his matchups, being more aggressive, making the Dallas Mavericks switch Luka onto him. Make Luka work. There's no reason why Luka should be in the corner on defense, hiding away, while everybody else on Dallas is playing defense. If I'm going at Irving every time they switch it, and I'm going at Luka. Get Luka into foul trouble. You're bigger and stronger than Kyrie. Get Kyrie. Kyrie's gonna have to foul you.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do. But I'm glad that that's what they did in this game. I'm glad that I'm actually glad that Gobert got into foul trouble, to be honest. Because you got other guys coming in off the bench that are giving you solid minutes defensively. They went on there was a stretch in the third quarter where the Mavs didn't score a bucket for like 5 minutes.
I think, and the thing about it, and like you said, him getting in foul trouble was fantastic for them because, and it's a defensive adjustment that they made. They actually took what's his face off of Jaden McDaniels off of Luka.
They put Jaden McDaniels
and had him. on Kyrie, which is a more favorable matchup for him. And they was bringing more Kyle Anderson in and guarding Luka and keeping what's his face off ball so he doesn't have to expend so much energy guarding either one of them.
And it's fantastic off ball because he plays the lanes. He gets to the steals. He gets on the break.
I don't know about fantastic. I mean, he be kind of falling asleep on off ball, but when you think about one of the biggest shots in the last other game was him falling asleep on defense. That corner three with Luka passed it to Irvin and Irvin passed it to PJ. Guess who was responsible for that wide open PJ?
That was Edwards.
And
yeah,
so it's just like off ball. Sometimes he'll be lackadaisical, but it's just like at the end of the day, it's saving his energy so he could give it to them on offense. And that's what he's been doing. He's been playing better on offense. And then we got to it's just fantastic that they finally showed up. Imagine Towns and Edward almost give you 30 points each and you win the game. Oh, maybe that was the game plan in the first place and they wasn't doing that in the first few games. You had Jaden McDaniels give you like 30 points. You had Nazir Reed give you like 30 points in each game. So if either one of you would have showed up in either one of those games, I would definitely exactly.
Because the games all these games have been close. They haven't been
all of them been close. So if y'all showed up in either one of those games, imagine both of those games, you would be up 3-1.
Or at worst, tied up 2-2.
Or it's 2-2.
Yeah.
So it's just like
I agree.
It's just like our role players showed up.
This is the best time. This is the best defense I've seen them play this series. They didn't play defense like this the past 3 games either. The defense is what catapulted them into the win. Mm-hmm. Their offense showing up solidified their win. And Cat getting into the foul trouble, that did hurt them a little bit, especially at the end of the third quarter, early fourth quarter, when he got his 5th foul. That hurt them a lot. And I liked how Fisk kept bringing him in and out and like calling time, using your timeouts to your advantage to get him off the floor defensively so you could get him back on the floor offensively. That was really smart of him. But that last foul, the foul out, that was, you're big, bro. You don't need close out with a hand up. You don't got to jump. Like, I get that in your head, they're taking that out the league, but they're taking that out the league for players that's not named Luka.
But the thing about it is like, yes, Luka jumped a little up front toward him, but Towns jumped major.
It was a late jump, but
Towns jumped majorly too. Like, so it's just like
you have to call the foul.
You could. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You had, if you would have just closed out regular, and he did that, it would have been going the other way.
Exactly.
So it's just like you kind of gave that situation what it was.
It's the dumb stuff, like you were saying.
Yeah,
the dumb fouls are going to hurt them, but I feel like this game, there was only 2 dumb fouls that he got, and both of them was the reasons. The first one was his 3rd foul and they sat him right before the half, and then the last one, you didn't have to jump. You was already right there. I get that you was trying to contest it. You're tall, you're lengthy. Close out. Yeah. That's it.
And
get there.
And the thing about it, Luka has begun hotter during the series. As far as from 3, and he was horrible the first 2 series.
Yeah, he was.
But he's getting better. But it's just like you said, just contested. Like, you just got to hope for the best at that point because you're too valuable for situations like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, and just period for
Minnesota.
Minnesota. That's in Milwaukee. Minnesota.
No, I agree.
And it's just crazy.
Do you think that, because we will know the statistics being down 3-0, especially in the Eastern Conference Finals, there's only been one team to do it ever in the history of the NBA, and that was in the finals.
Nobody did it Nobody did it 3-0. You mean 3-1?
No, nobody's done it 3-0. But I'm saying in the finals, only one team has done it being down 3-1. But being down 3-0, can the Timberwolves, if they play like this, Cat stays out of foul trouble this time. I don't care if Gobert gets in foul trouble. Cat stays out of foul trouble. Ant and Cat both could put up 30. You have a little bit of showings from Nas and McDaniels. Do the Mavs have a shot to take the 7 games?
See, you keep saying everything upside down, bro. You keep saying 3-0 that you said do the Mavs have a chance, bro. You gotta get your brain
because
together.
They was 3-0 and then they just won last night. So I'm saying, do they have a shot to take it 7 games if they played like they played last night?
I'm not. You're gonna listen to this back and realize what you're saying, but I'm gonna have to say absolutely not. I don't care how good the Minnesota play. Dallas Maverick is not losing 3 games in a row. It don't matter what you say, they're not losing 3 games in a row, especially what they showed. I think Minnesota at the end of the game, somehow they're gonna mess around and make a mistake. I don't think it's gonna be everywhere. Yeah, I don't think it's ever gonna be anywhere where Dallas just go out there and blow them out the water.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, like, it's gonna be close games, and when these games are close, a lot of it has been favoring the Mavs because they have 2 players who's been in these situations. We think of Kyrie Irving making one of the greatest shots in basketball history over Steph Curry. And then you think of Luka, who just in these situations, we know what Luka's going to do. We know what Luka's going to give you. We see what he could do. He could do with last-second shots on Gobert.
And you're not even factoring in their championship-winning head coach, who's been in situations like this as well.
Yeah, he has been actually coaching well. Jason Kidd was my guy, but, you know, as a head coach, he still scares me. But, you know, as a player, he was my guy. But yeah, I just don't think, you know, Minnesota has that mental fortitude to win 3 games in a row.
Yeah,
this is LeBron James is the only guy who did it. When we think of LeBron James, we think of him as one of the IQ who's going to keep everybody in line. Like, Ant could keep everybody's spirit up. But it's just like, at the end of the day, yo, Cat, you still out there fouling. Like, who's going to help with that?
Yeah.
And in a clutch moment, you don't have something that you truly go to. So you throw the ball away and get turnovers. Who's going to stop that? So it's just like, come on. We still have Gobert on the floor where he got to have less minutes for them to win because we need a favorable matchups out there, which is a little better for y'all.
Because the Mavs like going small.
Yeah, and then the thing about it is like, yo, Lively didn't even play, who y'all can't blitz off because he's a better passer out of the pick and roll than Gafford.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know, for them to win 3 games is absolutely slim to none. For them to even win this next game, it's still tough.
Yeah, but I think that they could do one more. They back home in Minnesota. I think that they could do one more, but we both have to come to the realization there's going to be the Celtics and Dallas in the finals. If it's these 2, who do you have?
Oh, look, at the end of the day, you feel me? I like what the Mavs got going over there, but I don't like Dallas fans.
But so you like Celtics fans?
I don't like Celtics fans neither, but I like JT and JB over all of this. And then I got a middle finger up for Jordan, you know, because after the Dallas went ahead and got a win the other day, went up 3-0, he go and text me because, you know, I chose OKC over them because, you know, I like OKC. So he would have texted me OKC question marks.
That's crazy.
I'm like, come on, I don't like fandom like that, bro. Like, yo, wait till I win first.
Yeah.
And then talk. Because y'all still gotta go against the Celtics. So I'm choosing the Celtics.
All right. Well,
Forget
I'm
Mr.
gonna play
Mac
devil's
over there.
advocate.
Dallas, whatever.
I'll be devil's advocate because I'll never root for the Celtics ever. As a Knicks fan, as the Knicks fan, I just can't do it. It won't sit right in my spirit. Even if as much
Nah,
as
I
I
feel
love
you.
JT and JB, but I love Luca too. I think I love Luca a little bit more than I love JT and JB, only because of what Luca does and what Luca has
Yeah.
been doing. And on top of that, I want Kyrie to get one without. I want him to get one without LeBron, but
Yeah.
two, I want him to get one against the team that said that they didn't need him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The
So,
storylines is crazy.
yeah, the storyline is just shaping up. And I said that whoever comes out the West is more than likely going to win the finals because of the fact that everybody in the West is battle tested. You have to go through a gauntlet in the West in order to get to the finals. I'm not saying that the East, you don't have to get through a gauntlet, but you don't have to get through a gauntlet in the East. Like I did this there.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is Boston hasn't been battle tested the way that the Mavs have been battle tested. Mavs had to go up against a young upstart team like OKC. Then they had to go against they're going against a really good defensive team in Minnesota. And then who they play in the first round?
The Clippers.
Man, the Clip. Oh, then
Clippers.
yeah, then they had to get through the Clip, and the Clippers are no slouch. Yeah, they don't they never kind of show up in big moments, but they're still a team that you have to fear on any given night when all of them are healthy and playing their best ball. Unfortunately, they wasn't healthy.
And the health problem.
And yeah, it was a health problem. It was a Kawhi problem. But at the end of the day, there's still a team that you have to. I mean, I give a lot of props to Ty Lue. I think Ty Lue is a good coach. I think that Paul George made
money.
Yeah. But I still think that the Clippers, they did give a lot to get James Harden, but James Harden kind of fit in their system. And when Russ is doing his thing off the bench, he's really good off the bench. Unfortunately, Clippers fell short. It is what it is. Still feel like coming out the West, it's a gauntlet. You have to go through the best teams in order to get there. If Minnesota ends up going there, they had to get through the best teams in order to get there. Aside from the Phoenix Suns, who they rolled over because Phoenix Suns only have like one player.
And 1.5 if you start adding the other stuff.
Yeah, 1.5. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know what did Boston really show me throughout this season, other than that they could roll through the Eastern Conference, because that's literally, I think, almost majority of their games that they lost came from the West. Or I could look it up. They had like 20 something losses. I could guarantee 75% of them was from the West because they ran through the East. So I'm not really, like I said, I'm not really sold on Boston. I think that Boston could figure it out. I think that they could push them, 6 or 7 games. I don't see Boston coming out with winning the finals, and it's only because they haven't been battle tested.
Nah, I feel you, but I'm on the F Dallas train, But yeah, don't get me wrong. I like Dallas, and like we said, everybody said it. Whoever comes out the West is really going to give them the fight and could really win this thing and have a majority stakes of winning this. Like they're on the higher side of winning it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the Celtics is still a fantastic team from 1 to 5.
They are.
And then a man off the bench, number 6 in Horford. And it's going to be a run. But yeah, I don't know. I know, like we said, the Celtics, they really ain't fighting nobody. They just took on whoever was placed in front of them. They handled them. They gave up one game every time off of fluke performances, crazy performances.
Facts. And you can't be mad at that. You can only put in front of you.
Yeah, then all the other games that were actually close, they still inked it out. They did what they had to do.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that either.
It got through.
All right, well,
so it's just like
you heard it here first.
We go, yeah.
X going for the Celtics. Lou's going for the Mavs. Or honestly, I'm going for whoever come out the West. If Minnesota can pull it out, I'm going for Minnesota. If the Mavs end it tomorrow.
If Minnesota pull it out, bro, oh Lord.
If Minnesota pull it out, bro, they win it. They win the whole thing, bro.
Crazy.
Nobody
but
say.
You know, look, if Minnesota pull it out, they're losing. They're already tired as is.
The Dallas is gonna be.
You're tired already. Now you're going through 7 games, and then you want to play the Celtics. You're gonna be tired as all ever. All right, but yeah, come on, because this little girl, I think she got to use the bathroom or something.
Yeah, take us out.
But man, y'all already know the vibes, man. Like, share, sub, all the above. We bringing hits to you every week, man. I got the Celtics. My boy over here got the Mavs. And we gonna get it going. We gonna see who takes this.
Yeah, I'm back.